What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Maury, and I'm back again with another video. Okay, before you do anything, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hi to my new subscribers. Please give this a thumbs up. Please comment below, and let's get into this video. Okay, I just want to thank God for just allowing me to share my testimony, because this right here is not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a long video. I just hope that I can be straightforward, because sometimes I be everywhere where I'm talking, and I just hope this reach out to someone. And I want to make the devil mad today. Like, I want to make him mad. I want to make Lucy mad today, and I feel like this was the perfect time to do it. So I had to take notes and some scriptures that I applied to what into that testimony. So I just want to start off with Revelation 12:11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they did not love their lives to death. So you telling your testimony makes him mad, and me telling my testimony now makes him mad. And I know that the heavens are like rejoicing over me because I'm telling this testimony. Okay, so when I moved here, I didn't have a church home. Me and my mom, we tried to find a church home, and then my aunt, she already had a church home, so she introduced me to her church, and I had joined like 2 years ago. I had joined, so I'm going to Bible study, you know, going to church every Sunday. Like, I had no problem going to church. I love going to church like that. I love my church family, but I was being lukewarm, because when I went back home, I would like hang out with people. Not saying that they're bad people. I love them to death, but you know, some things I can't do anymore. So back in October, I think it was October, I had my first experience, and I was here by myself because my mom, she was at work, and I was like, yo, I just want an edible, like, because I'm bored. I ain't had nothing else to do. And I had hit up someone on Snapchat. I'm like, yo, can you bring me like an edible or something? So he brought me an edible. And you know how like the chocolate bar, it was a chocolate bar, like here you go right here. It was like a chocolate bar. And it had like 25 milligrams. And it had each square, it was like this small, like, you know, 25 milligrams. So I ate the whole thing. So I ate 9 squares. And I was just like, you know what? I'm about to eat this whole thing. And at first kicked in like maybe about 30 minutes. So I was just sitting there, and it started kicking in. I'm just like, I felt like I was moving like a snake. Like, I was just moving. And I called my cousin, and I was just tripping. Like, I was just tripping. I was sitting there laughing at stupid stuff. You know, she said, well, call me if you need me. I said, okay, I will. And then I hung up the phone, and then, doom, it just went downhill from there. It did. It went downhill from there. And I just started tripping. And I was just looking around. I was like, yo, something ain't right. Like, something is not right at all. And I'm just hearing voices in my head. And it's telling me, like, it was telling me, like, bad things. Like, kill yourself and do this and do that. And after that, I went to the bathroom, and I started throwing up. And then I had called my cousin. I said, you got to come. I said, you got to come. It felt like it took her forever to come. When I said it took her forever, I felt like it took her forever. She was like, you need anything? I was like, yeah, just bring me some crackers and something to drink. And I'm just sitting there waiting for her to come. And I was just in a corner in the bathroom, throwing up, constantly throwing up because I ate the whole bar. And then she finally come. And then she was like, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm okay." And then she was like, "Go lay down." When I lay down on that bed right there, I felt like I was sinking in the bed. I felt like I was sinking in the bed. And she kept looking at me. She was like, "Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be just fine." Like, everything was normal. Like, everything is normal. It's like, everything was just like normal. It wasn't like I was singing things, but everything was normal. So then I said, "Am I dying?" At first I was like, "Cuz, am I dying?" She was like, "No, you're fine. You just have to sleep it off. Try to go to sleep." I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep. She was like, "Just try to go to sleep. Just try to sleep it off." And then I said, I can't. And then I just kept calling her name to see, just for her to check up on me. And then she was like, "Do you want me to call your mom?" I was like, "Yeah, call my mom." She was like, "Okay, I'll call your mom." Because my mom, she was out driving. And then after she called my mom, after she had called my mom, of course my mom, she fussed me out, and she was like, "Where you get this from? What happened? What was you doing? Like, what are you doing?" And every time, I'm telling you, y'all, I could not. She was like, "Sit up." Well, I tell you, I could not sit up for nothing. Like, my body, she was like, "Sit up." I was just like, I can't sit up. I can't sit up. And my speech was so slurred, like I could not get not one word out. I could not get one word out. And she was like, I was trying to tell her where I got it from, and it was just, my speech was just so slurred. Like, I never had my speech so slurred. And then after that, that's when things start happening for real. Things start happening for real. I don't know when, but it started happening. So I'm in the middle of the hallway, and then all of a sudden I start getting down on my knees. I said, "Lord, forgive me for my sins." 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 And I kept asking my mom, I said, "Mom, am I dying?" I said, "Am I dying?" She said, I told her, I said, "Am I dying?" I said, "Am I dying?" I got so scared. I said, "Mom, I'm dying." Because when I tell you, that's when God started, letting stuff happen to me. Because I know that He was there. I know that He was there with me. But that was the easiest way for me to intake that stuff. That was the easiest way for the enemy to attack me. And he did. So I'm sitting there getting down on my knees. I'm telling the Lord, forgive me for my sins. And I just felt like everything around me was shutting. Like the lights were cutting off. The doors were closing. Y'all, I'm trying so hard not to cry because this is so traumatizing. Like, oh, Jesus. Anyway, so I just felt like the lights were like turning down on me. The doors were closing, and I started looking at like the ceiling light. I said, "Lord," I just looked at the light. I just kept looking at the light. I said, "Lord, forgive me for my sins." 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 And it says in where it says it at, I'm sorry, I took notes, but it says, "When they cried for the help, I would not answer. Though they anxiously searched for me, they would not find me." Proverbs 1:28. So I just felt like the Lord, He was not answering me because I turned like, even though I was in church, I was not fully committed into His word. And I felt like He turned His back on me when I called His name. When I called His name, And I felt like he won't listen. Oh gosh. I felt like he wasn't listening to me. And I just kept pleading and pleading. And I said, God, please forgive me for my sins. And then, out of nowhere, I just started calling my mom and I started calling my cousin. I said, demons, get out. I said, demons, get out. I said, demons, get out. Get out, get out, get out. I said, demons, get out. Demons, get out. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. And I just start yelling at the both of them. So then I came back in the room and I started to lay down. And every time my mom came in the room, she was like, I kept saying, I said, demon, get out. Get out. Get out. So I think I was in hell. I really do think I was in hell. No cap. Like, I think I was in hell. I don't care what nobody say. I was in hell because I think I had died. And I just knew that my life was over. And I didn't do what God wanted me to do here. But after that, she was like, I talked to my mom and she was like, oh yeah, I didn't even sleep that night. I didn't even sleep at all. I didn't go to sleep at all. It was on a Saturday night. And I went in the living room and I kept touching my mom. I said, Mom, am I dead? Am I dead? Am I dead? Am I dead? I didn't go to sleep at all. So then, I don't remember everything, but she said that I started calling the angel Michael or something like that. She said that I started talking like everything was normal. Like I said, everything was normal. Everything was normal. I wanted like, they weren't looking like they were demons, but I think my spirit was talking to them. Like my spirit was talking. Like I wasn't in my right mind. So I think my spirit was talking because it knew my spirit. My spirit believed in the Lord. But I think that he had turned away from me because I wasn't fully committed. So after that experience, I told God, I said, God, I'm never eating the edible again. Because I smoked before. Like I said, I smoked before. Like it weighed like a half a blunt or something like that. I smoked before. I never had an experience like that. Never had an experience like that. And that was a wake-up call to me. So I was like, God, I'm never going to eat an edible again. Which I made a promise to him I would never eat an edible again. Okay? Second story. Happened again. It happened again. So, some of the girls that I know, which I dearly love, I love y'all. I'm not putting nobody on blast. Like I said, this is all me. I'm not speaking nobody's name, none of that. So, we were all decided that we were all going to get together because it was her birthday, on the girl's birthday. We were all going to get together, drink, smoke. Because like I said, I smoke before I don't usually trip out. So, you know, we all having a good time. Somebody brought some weed brownies. And I was like, I ain't touching that. I'm not touching that. So, that night, we all was smoking, and after we smoked, we party some, listen to music, and we'll go back out and smoke again. So I was fine. Everything was fine. Like, you know, everything was fine. Later on that night, it happened again. It happened again. But this time, it was worse. It was worse. So as I'm walking around, everyone's, you know, they lit, they high. Everybody, you know, high. And all of a sudden, I go to the closet. I look up, look at the ceiling light. I said, Lord, forgive me for my sins again. I said, Lord, forgive me for my sins. Forgive me for my sins. Forgive me for my sins. And then everybody started checking up on me. And it was like, Amor, you okay? I said, yeah, I'm fine. And I started calling everyone a demon again. I started calling everyone a demon. And they were trying to make me go lay down. I would not lay down for nothing. I was scared. I was scared that if I closed my eyes, I was going to die for real, for real. I was going to be out of here. And they trying to make me lay down. I wouldn't lay down. I'm sitting there walking around. And I started talking to the Lord. I said, Lord, forgive me for my sins. I started naming out some of my sins that I have done. I started naming it out. So one person had called another person over because I was so out of it. And they had to help me calm down. And I'm just sitting there. I was like, Lord, forgive me. I was like, Lord, just forgive me for my sins. I was just naming all the sins that I have done. And I ended up laying on the middle of the floor. They had to cover me up because like I said, I was not in my right mind. And then I don't even remember, y'all, I do not remember even asking for the Bible. Someone gave me, they gave me the Bible. I don't even remember asking for the Bible. I was like, what is it? Like, they handed it to me, and they was reading it to me, and I was just trying to read it back because I was like, no, 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 no demon, no demon, no demon, no demon, no demon. Like, I was just trying to focus on what God was trying to tell me. And I felt so embarrassed. I was so embarrassed about the things that I had done that night. Everybody smoked the same thing. Everybody was smoking from the same thing. But I was the one. I was the one that was I had that experience. Not once, but twice. So I knew that God was trying to tell me something. He was like, this is not for you. This is not for you. This is not for you. What are you doing? What are you doing? And I just started tripping out again. I just started hearing things. I thought I could hear the ambulance because I thought I was gone. I was like, maybe they're trying to bring me back to life. Or whatever. And I was so scared. Then they had to put on church music. She was like, yeah, she liked church music. Put on some church music. I played some church music. I didn't even go to sleep that night at all either. I just kept touching the person to say that, am I dead? Like, I thought I was dying. I thought I was dying. And all the lights, like every door was shutting again. Like, I was like, y'all got to cut on these lights. Y'all need to turn on these lights. They would hand me water. I was like, I don't want that. I don't even want that. I was like, I don't want that water. Like, because my mouth was so dry, I don't want that water. And it was just like, I was just hearing things. And it was just like mouthing things. Like, it was just a bunch of mumble. And I just heard 6 feet under. And I just started to get real hot. I did get hot. I got hot. And I was just hearing things. I ended up losing my voice. And then after that morning, I was like, y'all gotta go home. And I apologized to everyone. And I was just so embarrassed. And when I left, I went down back to my grandma's house. And it triggered again. At first, because everything was fine. When I went home, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go lay down. And then something had triggered it again. Because I didn't even smoke. Like, I was fine. Like, I was just sitting there. I was just ready to go home. I was just sitting there. And when I got back to my grandma's house, like I said, something triggered. Because when I was laying down, I just started hearing things. Like, I was like, let me go check this out. So my great aunt, she was there too, and my grandma. So they're the only 2 people, you know, and my dad. Those are the only 2 people that, you know, actually saw me through that experience. I went to go check up on them, and I said, I don't know, I don't remember what I said. And my grandma was like, just come sit down. And then I just heard like commandments, like the 10 commandments. And she was like, thou shalt not. I said, yes, I stole. Like, I stole. Like, I was just saying stuff. Like, I was confessing. Like I said, I was confessing stuff that I did. You know. And then she asked me, she was like, well, you need to go lay down. I said, okay, I'm going to go lay down. And she'll come check up on me. And it was so weird because, like I said, the first 2 times that I had experience, I felt like I was dying and I was scared that I was going to die. But this time, I felt comfortable dying. I felt more comfortable dying. I felt okay that it was okay for me to die. And as I was laying there, I just started praying for people. Like, people just coming out of my mouth. Like, people were just like, pray for her, pray for them, pray for this, pray for that person, pray for them, pray for that. And then she asked me, she was like, you want to go take a shower? I said, yeah, let me go take a shower. And as I took a shower, I'm in the shower. And I think, like, in my mind, I think I was talking to God and Satan. And I was talking to him, and I wasn't trying to listen to the devil. And I started speaking a little bit of tongue. I think I really did speak a little bit of tongue. But as I got out of the shower, I put on my onesie. I was like, is this appropriate for God for me to wear? And she handed me a glass, like a cup of milk. I was like, this is good. Like, this is good. And as I start to calm down, I put on some church music, but I was still kind of out of it. And my dad saw me, and after those experiences, I knew that was a wake-up call. That was most definitely a wake-up call for me. And I just thank God, because he knew. He already knew. Because he knew this was going to happen. Like, he knew that I was going to actually be fully committed to what I'm supposed to do for him. He already knew that. So I just really thank God that he was with me. Because I already knew that he was with me throughout the whole experience. He was with me. I just really thank God that he was with me throughout the whole experience. Because I already know that he was. But he was like, okay, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something. And he did. He really did. And that's why I'm fully committed now. I made a promise to him that I'm never going to smoke again. Never. And if I did die, even though you know weed can't make you die, but even if I did die, I would not be satisfied about the life that I lived. Doing all these worldly things. Just because I want to have a good time. You can have a good time when you serving the Lord. You don't have to be doing what the world is doing. God, when he made things, yes, he made the light good. He made the land and seas good. But the trees were made good and evil. Some things you just can't touch. And I ain't touching that tree. Because like I said, that was the easiest way for the enemy to attack me, because I was not in my right mind. So I just thank him for his grace and his mercy. And I had repented, and I gave my life fully to Christ. Fully to Christ. Because like I said, those 2 experiences, that was not incident. That was on purpose. That was to straighten my tail up. And it did. Because he already knew. He was like, yeah, okay. All right. But now, I'm fully in Christ. I thank God. I love God. And if you do not have a relationship with God, if you do not have a relationship, stop being lukewarm. Be fully committed, because we are not going to be on this earth forever. We all going to die. Either we're going to die or we're going to be here and he come back here. Either way, you got to get yourself together. This ain't no time to play around, especially with this virus coming. This ain't the time to play. This is not the time to play. And I'm so serious. So that weed or that alcohol or whatever y'all think it's gonna make you have a good time just for the time being, okay. But me, I'm not judging nobody. Listen, I don't judge nobody. I'm not judging nobody. That's between you and God. But if you don't have a fully relationship with God, I suggest you do so. I suggest you do so. And I pray that this testimony had helped someone. Or please contact me. Please contact me if you had a not an exact experience, but similar experience to mine, because I need answers. But I am done with that. I thank God that he saved me and he forgave me for my sins, because he loves me and I love him. And this is what I'm going to say, and I'm going to end it. If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Romans 10:9. If you truly believe that and confess it with your mouth, you will be saved. Now, baptism, that's just an action. But if you fully say that you believe that Jesus died for your sins, everything will be fine. But you have to not be lukewarm. Be like, okay, he died for my sin. Yeah, I'm going to say that I'm saved. But then go back and doing the stuff that you used to do. You can't do that. You can't. And that's why I'm growing now in Christ. And I thank y'all for watching this video. I pray that this video had some type of impact on you. But I love y'all, and I'll see y'all soon.